Okay, so what I'm about to show you today is how to hear the voice of God, because a lot of the times it's very difficult to tell the difference between the voice of God and your own voice and the voice of the ego, right? Because a lot of the times we even project with God through confirmation bias. And so Christians have to be careful that when you're listening to the voice of God, it's not the voice of your ego, okay? Because this happens a lot, and that's how the devil gets in your way. Let me give you guys my experience, okay? Again, I used to be a Pentecostal preacher. I'm one of those charismatic Pentecostal preachers, lay hands on people. I've seen God make curves. Again, it's crazy that I'm even telling you guys on this channel, because you guys know I don't say things just to say it. I've seen God give curves to people who have flattened foot. I've seen God make people's hands get back together. I've seen physical miracles of God putting, I call that golden escarchas. It's like golden colors in my hand with literal physical manifestations. To the point that I've never told this to people. I've only told this on rare occasions. And the most visible time when I heard the voice of God was when I went to a preacher. His name was Jose Negron. I still remember that. And we were in a church, and the church was packed, and I was a drummer. And me and the church band, we went to what they call a revival, and it was packed because he was like one of those charismatic preachers. And my friend Ricardo, he was the pianist, and my friend Christopher, both are like 200 pounds, right? So Father Alex was like fucking I'm so sorry, people. I'm coming from the other channel. I'm gonna try not to curse, so my apologies. So I was squished together with those guys, and I remember to this day, man. Oh my God, it's crazy that I'm even saying this. I was praying before, because I always went to pray, and I remember praying, and out of nowhere, I heard God said, "Today I will baptize you." Again, I get goosebumps when I talk about this, man. Do you know how it sounded? Imagine you're saying something in your voice, in your mind. Say hi in your mind. Okay, you hear hi, and it kind of feels like in the center. The way it felt like, it was like a thunderous voice. "Today I'll baptize you," and it just felt like it was on top of my mind. I don't know how to describe it. And I remember when he started preaching, I closed my eyes and I was praying, and then all of a sudden I found myself dancing in the spirit. And mind you, I was next to 300 pound gorillas. Like, these guys were fat. Like, if you've been to a Pentecostal church, you know people eat. And I started just dancing in the spirit, and I couldn't stop it. I couldn't, like, I don't know why. I don't know what happened. And I just kept dancing for like 5 minutes. When it stopped, they were literally right next to me. Like, literally. And we didn't touch. That's one of the signs that God is really moving through the spirit. Whenever you move, you don't touch people. Anyways, and I left home. I was like, oh my God, I did not expect that. That was really the voice of God. But the thing is that that's on rare occasions. God only speaks directly to you when you have certain gifts. And now, please do not envy people who God can speak to. Do not envy that, because that is not the source of your relationship with God. You should not seek that. God speaks in more mysterious ways. And let me show you how. Remember when I told you it's the ego that a lot of the times you confuse God's voice for the ego? So you got to learn how to lessen your ego. And there are two ways to do that. One, praying for the love of God. You got to always pray for God, help me feel your love. Because in the face of God's love, your ego cannot stand. Your ego doesn't stand in his love. It just doesn't, because you are facing the eternal. And when you face the eternal, the Jehovah Nissi, the omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent, beautiful Jehovah, when you're in front of him like that, your ego just dissolves, and you just feel a love that just is beyond all understanding. And in that state of surrendering, you hear his voice. But then there's another way of doing it. But that's the most important way. I'm telling you, every day, pray to feel his love, and pray that you feel his love, because everything that emanates from that is what? God. Because what is God? God is love. When you inundate yourself with God's love in your mind, God will speak to you in clear ways. The next way is another way of lessening the ego. How? Well, remember, ego is your own thoughts. because those thoughts come from the conditioning of your mind. So the way to do that, you can't think if you are feeling the sensations of the body. Remember, your body is God's temple. When you inhabit your body, you are inhabiting God. So by just feeling the sensations of the body. So this is what I do. I'll pray to God. God, please help me. God, help me feel your love. And then I'll be silent. Because remember, God says be silent. But you can't be silent if your mind is consistently talking. So how do you do that? You scan the body from head to toe. You feel the top of the head, feel your forehead, feel your eyes, and just keep scanning. Keep scanning until you reach the bottom of your feet. And then pray, Lord, I ask you to pray for this person, Lord. Help this person. Give me the wisdom. What should I do in this situation? And once you pray with love, you once again, shut your mind down, scan the body once again. And just, because when I say scan the body, I mean literally feel the body. Because you got to understand, God is in every fiber of your being. So you speak to God and you hold on to his presence by feeling the emanating sensation that radiates from your body, because your body is where God inhabits you. That's how you become one with Christ's body. A lot of Christians don't understand that you not only have to have a constant connection speaking to God, but also have to inhabit him, because you are his vessel. So you ask God for help and guidance, and then you stay silent by scanning the body or feeling the subtle sensations of the breath. You listen. And then from time to time, you say, God, you are beautiful, God. I thank you for your beauty. I thank you for your miracle, God. And then quiet the mind and scan. Because what happens is that when you're scanning the body, your mind doesn't create thoughts. It really doesn't, honestly. Like if I tell you, feel the sensation of your hand, in that moment, you're not going to think. But what happens is that you're opening the door for God to give you wisdom. So many times I ask God for guidance, and then I shut up and I scan, and all of a sudden the right idea comes. That idea comes from God. Remember, feeling the sensations of the body increases the empathy. It increases your empathy for everything around you, like scientifically, because gray matter increases, which I promise you, Jesus's gray matter was out of this world. Like his frontal cortex was out of this world. Frontal cortex is logic. It's saying to your body, I'm gonna do this no matter how I feel. Satan tried to tempt Jesus. Jesus, leave. Jesus, do this. That's our thoughts. And Jesus was able to stand still because he understood God's will. You need self-control for that. God manifests itself through your self-control and through your love and compassion and through you being still in your mind. The more still you could be, the more you could hear his voice. Because it's not that you don't hear his voice, it's that a lot of times we confuse it. And because our confirmation bias towards pleasure, we usually assume that God is telling us to do things, but in reality, it's just us lying to ourselves. May all of you guys find happiness and peace in God. Lord, I ask you, give them all peace. All of the ones that are suffering, Lord, give them your mercy. Give them your love. Give them your love. Allow them to feel your presence, not through a crazy spiritual experience, but through the silent feeling that they are loved by you. Through that, they'll be able to hear your beautiful voice. In your name, Lord.